Big news coming in. Jeff Goodman of ESPN.com and pretty much everyone else in the country reporting Pitt will hire Utah State Athletics Director Scott Barnes to be the new athletics director at the University of Pittsburgh. And this is big news. Finally, for the first time since mid-December, Pitt will have an athletics director, and there's a lot to like when you look at Scott Barnes. 20 conference championships in his first 6 years at Utah State, led Utah State to the Mountain West Conference, moved them into the Mountain West Conference. Football team played in the conference championship game their first year in the Mountain West. You can look up all the bullet points on Scott Barnes' resume. There's good GPAs. He made improvements to the facilities. He's got a relationship with Nike, which is always a good thing. Good track record of hiring coaches. When you look at Gary Anderson and Stu Morrill, I mean, he's done a good job out at Utah State. There's a lot to like, but really, when you look at his resume and you want to figure out why this is a good hire for Pitt, it comes down to one thing. Because if you want to go and hire a new AD and try to move up the ranks of the ACC, what should you focus on? Hey, must be the money. And if you want to give the fans some energy, make some improvements that are needed to facilities, what should you focus on? Hey, must be the money. It's all about money. And that's the key with Scott Barnes. All of this about sports and competition and amateurism and education, everything else, all the things we talk about in college athletics, it all comes back to money. None of those things happen, or at least they don't happen at a successful level, without a boatload of money. And that's why fundraising is as essential a skill, or is an essential skill of every successful athletic director, football coach, and basketball coach in Division I athletics. If you can't do it and do it well, you probably won't win much, because you can't just rely on the university for funding. You have to go out and get it yourself. And at Pitt, there's way too many dormant donors, people with ties to the university who are alums or have other ties through the community who could be supporting athletics, but they aren't for whatever reason. And we're not going to talk about the last athletic director and whether or not he was a polarizing figure or whether or not he supported those connections or made them difficult. The point is, there's a lot of donating money that's not coming in, or potential donations that aren't coming in. The new athletic director, Patrick Gallagher's new athletic director, had to be someone who could engage those potential donors. That's what Barnes did at Utah State. He set records in terms of fundraising, and that's what he was brought to Pitt to do.